Welcome to the deep dive. So, when you think about success, usually it's about things you can see, right? Money, status, things like that. But today, we're shifting gears completely. We're doing a deep dive into sources that frame success differently through an eternal lens, focusing on the fourth realm of the soul.
Exactly. We're looking at the highest possible standard here. The source material, particularly Surah An-Nāziʿāt, it gives a very clear metric, actually.
Okay, what's the core idea?
It boils down to this: restrain your soul from its lower desires and, importantly, fear standing before your Lord. If you manage that, well, the garden will be his home. Simple as that.
Wow, okay. That definitely raises the stakes for how we live. So if that eternal win is the goal, what trips people up? What are these destroyers of success the sources talk about, these main transgressions?
Right, the things that cause people to fail this, ultimate test. Let's
Yeah.
jump into the first one. It's the biggest.
Disbelief.
Disbelief. Okay,
Yeah.
and this isn't just atheism saying there's no God. It also covers associating partners with the one God, the concept known as shirk.
Shirk. I know that's a huge deal in Islamic theology. Why is it positioned as the #1 destroyer? Can you unpack that a bit?
Well, think of it as the ultimate breach of trust or loyalty. It's like saying there's someone or something else, an idol, maybe yourself, your ego, that deserves the ultimate devotion that only belongs to the Creator.
So it's a fundamental misplacement of faith.
Precisely. And the consequence is stated very clearly. Lo, disbelievers will not be successful. That's from Surah Al-Mu'minun.
And the sources, they really paint a picture of what that means, don't they? On the day of judgment, all those things you might have trusted in this world, they just become worthless.
Completely obsolete. Sovereignty, power, it all belongs solely to the Almighty then.
Yeah, I remember reading that bit in Al Jizya, how nations are called to see their record. Believers get this honorable welcome, but for disbelievers, it's described as an inauspicious time. Really stark contrast.
It is. Now, the second detractor sort of flows from that. It's about actively rejecting the truth once it's presented, denying divine revelations.
So this isn't just being mistaken, it's more deliberate.
Yes. It involves denying or maybe twisting or even hiding the clear signs and lessons that God sends.
And how does that play out in the final reckoning?
It hits your accountability hard. The sources talk about this weighing of deeds. And Surah Al-Araf says that the ones who lose their souls are precisely those who used to wrong our revelations.
Wronging the revelations. What does that entail specifically?
It means things like inventing lies about God or just flat out denying the truth he revealed. You're essentially damaging your own eternal record. Makes real success impossible.
Okay, so denying truth is one thing. But what about hiding it? Pretending. That takes us to #3, right? Hypocrisy.
Exactly. And the sources are particularly severe about this one. It's described as more than just bad behavior. It's like a painful disease in the heart.
That outward show of faith, but inside, unfaithfulness.
Yes, and it's a strange paradox. They think they're deceiving others, deceiving God maybe, but the sources say they only deceive themselves.
There are some really vivid descriptions, aren't there? Like comparing them to blocks of wood.
That's right, or turning away in disdain. Because their betrayal is so deep, their hidden corruption, their fate is often described as potentially even worse than open disbelievers.
Although...
the door to genuine repentance is always there. That's important.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Now, this fourth one is maybe less expected. Wizardry. You hear sorcery, trickery. How does that fit in with these other major destroyers?
It comes down to trust, again, or rather a lack of it. The real issue isn't just the illusion or the trick.
It's the why.
Yes, it's trying to bend reality, change things according to human will, essentially trying to override God's plan or decree. It shows you don't trust his wisdom or power.
Like trying to seize control that doesn't belong to you.
Precisely. The sources point to Moses and Pharaoh's magicians. That story sets a clear rule. And a wizard shall not be successful to whatever point of skill he may attain. It's a fundamental defiance.
So let's recap. We've got these 4 clear categories the sources explicitly say are cut off from eternal success. Disbelievers, those who deny revelations, hypocrites, and wizards or sorcerers.
That's the core list of destroyers, yes. And it lines up with other warnings, too. There's the famous hadith, the prophetic tradition, about the 7 sins that doom a person to hell. These require specific pardon.
Right. That's a serious list. It includes shirk and witchcraft, which we've touched on, but also things like murder, right?
Yeah.
And consuming an orphan's well.
Yes, and consuming interest, riba. Also fleeing the battlefield and slandering chaste women.
It's striking how things like riba and economic sin are right there alongside murder and shirk.
It shows that this idea of success, this eternal success, isn't just about personal piety and isolation. It's deeply connected to justice in society, economics, how you treat others, fidelity to God's commands across the board.
It all seems to circle back to trust and submission to the divine order.
Absolutely. It hinges on recognizing ultimate power. Surah An-Nāziʿāt puts it so powerfully. If Allah touches you with affliction, there is none that can relieve you from save him, and if he touches you with good fortune, none can impair it. Why? For he is able to do all things.
So ultimate success isn't about controlling your circumstances.
No, it's about aligning yourself with that absolute, unimpaired divine will. That's the real takeaway. That's the knowledge to carry forward.